Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a problem that quietly sabotages businesses from the inside out. It's a problem of identity.
This quote, it absolutely nails it. This is the quiet crisis happening inside so many companies. It's when your own systems can't even agree on what's what. And this isn't some high-level math problem. It's a problem of fragmented identity, and it starts with something that looks deceptively simple.
So imagine you're selling a turntable. In your main sales system, it's listed pretty simply, just like this. But then you look over in your inventory system, and well, the same exact product has a more detailed description. The model number's even formatted a little differently.
And to top it all off, your marketing data calls it a record player. Okay, so you see what's happening, right? One product, but three completely different digital identities. This is the heart of the issue, fragmented data. And this is way more than just a messy spreadsheet. It's a domino effect that ripples through your whole business. Because your systems see three different items, your inventory planning is all wrong. Your pricing models are totally confused. And any AI you're using to predict customer churn, well, it's learning from fundamentally bad data. This isn't just a data quality issue, it's a business intelligence crisis.
So how in the world do we fix this? The answer starts with a big mindset shift. We need to stop looking for records that are perfectly equal and start searching for ones that are similar. And to do that, we've got two very different lenses we can look through.
On one hand, you've got lexical search. Think of this as your precision tool. It is fantastic at matching exact keywords and identifiers, like that model number. But it's brittle. If one system says turntable and another says record player, lexical search sees zero overlap, zero connection. On the other hand, you have semantic search. Now, this one understands meaning. It knows those two terms are basically the same concept. But it can be a little too flexible, sometimes blurring the lines between two very distinct products that just happen to have similar descriptions. As you can see, each approach has a huge blind spot.
So the real challenge, the crucial point, is how do you combine the laser precision of lexical search with the flexible understanding of semantic search? You have to build a bridge between these two very different worlds.
Now, your first instinct might be to just, add the scores together with some weights, but that is a trap. And it breaks immediately. Just look at the numbers here. Semantic scores are usually tiny, between 0 and 1, but lexical scores can be huge, like 150. When you try to add them, that massive lexical score is like a tidal wave that just completely washes out all the nuance you were getting from the semantic side. It just doesn't work. Okay, so let's look at a much smarter approach. Reciprocal rank fusion, or RRF. This technique is actually kind of brilliant because it sidesteps the whole scoring problem. How? It ignores the scores completely. Instead, it only cares about one thing. What was the rank, or the position, of a result in each search list?
And this really gets to the core insight. Think about it. Each of our search methods has its own weaknesses, its own blind spots. But when two completely different systems with different ways of looking at the world both agree that a result is important, when they both place it high up in their rankings, you have found a powerful, really reliable signal. It's all about finding consensus, not trying to average mismatched numbers.
But even a perfect hybrid search still has one big limitation. It's only comparing two records at a time, A versus B, in total isolation. To find true identity, the kind that gives you real confidence, we need to think bigger. We need to zoom out and look at the entire network of relationships.
Let's go back to our turntable example. By creating a simple graph of the data, we can see that one product record is made by Sony and has that specific model number. Then we look at the other record and see it's also made by Sony and has the exact same rare model number. These two separate, independent paths all converging on the same entities? Well, that's far stronger evidence of a match than any simple text comparison could ever give you on its own.
And this brings us to maybe the most important takeaway of this entire explainer. Having a toolbox full of really powerful algorithms is great, but it's not enough. You need a playbook. You need a strategy to turn those tools into a solution that actually works in the messy, real world.
Because a real production system isn't just one algorithm. It's a whole orchestration of them, a coordinated sequence of decisions. The right approach for matching patient records in a hospital, for instance, where one tiny mistake can be absolutely catastrophic, is going to be dangerously wrong for just harmonizing product SKUs in a retail database. So a truly robust production playbook follows a clear, strategic framework. First, you have to define the business cost of an error. What's worse for you? Accidentally merging two records that are different, or failing to merge two records that are the same?
Second, you have to figure out an intelligent way to filter down millions of records into a manageable few. Third, you layer your algorithms. You create a waterfall. Start with the cheap, easy exact matches first, and then bring in the more complex tools like hybrid search and graph analysis for only the really ambiguous cases. And finally, you have to monitor and iterate, because your data is always changing. You can't just set it and forget it.
So we'll leave you with this question. We know your data is fragmented, but is your strategy to fix it also fragmented? The ultimate takeaway here isn't about which algorithm is the best. It's about whether you have a coherent, orchestrated strategy to solve the real problem. Because if your data is a mess, a piecemeal approach just isn't going to cut it. You need a plan.